Very good morning, my dear friends. Welcome to today's session. So, today's eminent resource person, our co-patron of this wonderful national online free coaching for CPGET 2022 and botany. My dear friends, today's resource person, Dr. A.RAJANI Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Head Department of Botany, Food and Nutrition, RBVRR Women's College, Autonomous, Hyderabad. Madam is going to explain one of the important topic of algae, that is the PHYCOLOGY, ECTOCARPUS. The type study, ECTOCARPUS, Madam is going to explain today's class. Okay, Madam, please share your screen. Please share your screen, Madam.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, students. Today I'll explain to the topic name PHYCOLOGY member. The PHYCOLOGY is these are the PHYCOLOGY member. The second another class of field scientist, chlorophyceae, is completed. The chlorophyceae you can study to the three type studies. One is the volvox, second one is the idogonium, third one para is completed. The next another class is the PHYCOLOGY or brown algae. Here we can note these commonly called as PHYCOLOGY, brown algae. These are around 265 species and 265 genera, 1500 species are identified. You can observe in this class majority of the species are marine algae. Only two class algae is called the marine algae. One is the PHYCOLOGY member, second one is the rhodophyceae member. Brown algae and red algae, both are the marine algae, except the 5 genera which are found in fresh water. Almost 95% algae found in marine water. Only 5% algae is found in fresh water. What characteristics are PHYCOLOGY member? What are their? Another very important, these algae members, this class are marine forms. Hence, this is also famously called as seaweeds. You can ask the which class is the seaweed class. PHYCOLOGY member is called the seaweed class. PHYCOLOGY is the seaweed. And the next one, coming to the second one, what is the pigmentation? In this class, what type of pigments are there? Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C is pigment system. Beta carotene and fucoxanthin. That's where the plant, the thallus color is called brown color. A type of pigments, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C. Here pigments also most important in this class. Before type study, I'll explain to the what characteristic features are found in PHYCOLOGY. Sometimes to ask the question in the PHYCOLOGY, these questions, what is seaweeds, what type of pigments are present, what is the color of PHYCOLOGY members. That's why here pigments is the chlorophyll A and B, chlorophyll A and C, beta carotenes and here fucoxanthin. Next one, in this one, what type of reserve food material are there? Starch is very common, but in this class, the reserve food material, chrysolaminaria starch, chrysolaminaria starch, mannitol alcohol, and lipids are reserve food material. Laminaria, what type of laminaria starch? Starch is very common, but in this class, chrysolaminaria starch is present. Mannitol alcohols also present in this class. Lipids also present. These are the reserve food material in the class laminaria, this PHYCOLOGY member. And in this one, these algae, cell wall to made up of cellulose is common. But here, fusic acid or next one is the alginic acid. Fusic acids and alginic acid both are to made up of cell wall. These are very economically important. In the economical important time, I'll explain what is the use of alginic acids use, what is the funic acid use. Here in this class, the cell wall is made up of funic acids and alginic acid. And coming to the next point, flagella. Heterocante type of flagella is present. And here heterocante meaning what is the flagella? Lateral in position. The pantonymatic flagella is directed towards the anterior side and acronematic flagella directed towards the posterior side. That's why the flagella type is called the heterocante type of flagella. Next one, all genera of in this class member multicellular. The thalli are microscopic, not macroscopic. You can observe the under electron microscope only, microscopic to some of times macroscopic algae also. Most of macroscopic species, you can observe that one leaf-like thalli. See here the pictures in the diagrams. In this one second. See here in this part. Here, this leaf-like structure is there, no? Where the species of leaf-like structures are there. In that leaf-like structure, and the most macroscopic species, leafy thalli is present. And greater the length is the measuring many meters length also present. Many meters and leaf-like thalli is present. And the another one here, vacuoles also present. Vesicles, colorless vesicles are present. That colorless vesicles, pubescent vesicles. And chromatophores, discoid chromatophores are present. Life cycle in this one, dimorphic or isomorphic, alternate generation of life cycle found in this class. These are the most important characteristic feature of the class. Another very important characteristic features also there in this class. Here, main habitat of this class, PHYCOLOGY, mostly you can identify the cold Arctic and Antarctic regions also. Mainly, main important oceans are marine algae. Some in this species, some Fucus, Laminera, here is there no pictures. These are Fucus species seen in deep ocean. North Atlantica and North Pacific Ocean, you can observe these PHYCOLOGY member. And sometimes these species beneath regions of ocean. The Laminaria species is the sea in the forest flora. Another very important here, sargassum. This one is the sargassum. This spot is called the sargassum. Sargassum, the members belonging to dictyo tails found in this temperature regions of oceans, the sargassum is there. And another very important, the largest, longest species, macrocystis. In this one here not there. This one is the macrocystis is the very largest species are there. And these found in Pacific Ocean and North America. These are all 30 to 60 meters in length. Such species are more length are commonly. That's why this is called cleps. Very important. Which class clep species you can identify? KELP, clep. Very important. In PHYCOLOGY member, where the North Atlantica and Pacific Ocean, North America is there. In that one is the species are to found. That's why this is called the cleps. Okay, you can observe the where cleps are there in PHYCOLOGY member. Another next important, this is the Sargasso-Sea also. Why Sargasso-Sea are called West of Africa? Next one, in the sargassum are spread out 150 species are there. In the sargassum can take total 150 species of sargassum in Atlantic Ocean. Overall, the world in different seas, the extensive spread of sargassum, extensive spread of sargassum in Atlantic Ocean, west Atlantic Ocean in west of the Africa, and known as this is the Sargassum Sea. These are questions to ask in competitive time. One is a seaweed, and what type of pigment, chlorophyll A and C, beta carotenes and excessive fucoxanthin are there, brown algae, and what type of reserve food material are there, chrysolaminaria starch, mannitol alcohols are there, and next one is the cell wall made up of fucinic acids and alginic acids. What type of and the next one, this another point is the clefts also, meters of length of meter to 60 meters length. That's why these are called the clefts. Another is the Sargassum Sea. You can observe the Atlantic Ocean and west. Okay.
Please proceed.
This is the classification of Ectocarpus, PHYCOLOGY, Ectocarpus order, family Ectocarpaceae, and the Ectocarpus. See here, what is the habit and habitat of Ectocarpus? You know that is the marine algae. Worldwide distribution is there. It is the primarily an algae where the colder countries colder countries and oceans you can identify in this one. They found attached on the rocks and stony of the rocks and stony of the littoral and sublittoral zones of the sea and ocean. Some of grow attached on the members of fucales also. A few species occur, only just 5% species to occur in the freshwater. 95% species found in marine algae. In this one, plants grow attached to the rocks or stones along with the coast. Some of the epiphytic, some members attached to the, some grows attached on the members of fucales and laminates. Fucales is the Ectocarpus tomentosus is the grow on fucales order. Some are laminaris order, Ectocarpus deformis laminaris. These some of to grow on the fishes also. Ectocarpus parasiticus. This is a parasitic algae. And what is the thallus structure? Here, you know, thallus in the Volvox thallus, Edogonium, Cara thallus. But here, this thallus is a well-defined and well-developed thallus is there. What is the thallus mean? Heterotrichous thallus is present. In this one, heterotrichous is the Edogonium is the filamentous, unbranched. Cara is the branches is there, limited branches, unlimited, but macroscopic algae. Here, in this one, microscopic algae, but the thallus is the filamentous, which is specially or professionally branched. What is that one? Filamentous body, plant body or thallus is the filamentous. What type of filament? Branches are there. That branches is called the sparsely or professionally branched. It is differentiated into two parts. One is the prostrate or creeping system. The second one is the erect or projecting system. That's where this habit is called heterotrichous habit. What is the two types of habits are to present? One is the prostrate system or creeping system. The second one is called erect or projecting system. The best example, Ectocarpus cylindricus, Ectocarpus subcrimbus, or well-developed prostrate system are there. Some are the Ectocarpus tomentosum, few are filament to prostrate system is developed. This is the that's where the thallus is the heterotrichous thallus. And this one in this plant body, you can observe that one plant body, the branches of erect system. Here project system, and both systems are project and erect system. The branches of erect system made up of single row. See here the branches of, say this one picture you can observe. Here this part is called the prostrate system or creeping system. This one is called erect system, or this one erect or projecting system. This upward part is the erect or projecting. Here the branches of erect system made up of, you can observe the erect part. See this part. These branches of erect part, erect made up of a single row of cell. You can observe here single row, all cells to made up of only single row cells. Placed end to end. All cells is the single row, placed end to end. And example is the gramulus is the best example. The older portion of main axis, the thallus may be surrounded, descending or rhizoidal like branches are from lower part of the plant body or thallus, lower side. In some species, these branches bends backward hook-like structures also. And this one here main important two parts. One is the erect part, one is the creeping part or projecting prostrate part. Projecting prostrate. About growth in this one. The prostrate system here, this one, this is the prostrate. In the prostrate system, growth is a apical, but the projecting system, this one, the projecting system shows a great diversity. Apical growth is upright branches in consider expansionally. In the most of species, intercalary development, and sometimes diffuse growth also there. All the growth under the meristematic cells to cut off the new cell formation and below and above. This method is adding new cell is called trichothalic growth. This is the most important. Here in the which species you can observe the trichothalic thallus. The PHYCOLOGY member, ECTOCARPUS. What is the thallus? Trichothalic. And here in the thallus, the meristematic tissues cut off the new cells above and below. And this method, adding of new cell, is described as called the trichothalic growth. And the next one, the prostrate system, already I'll explain. These are this one projecting system. And coming to the cell structure, each and every cell is a rectangular and uninucleate made up of thick cell wall. You know what is the cell wall? Alginic acids and fucinic acids. It's very small, they're cylindrical shape, rectangular, uninucleate. The cell wall made up of or composed pectins or cellulose is very common, but here you can observe the alginic acid, fucinic acids are present the made up of cell wall. This is the gelatinous substance of the wall to the brown algae. And each and here chromatophores also present. Chromatophores band shape or ribbon shape chromatophores. Pores with irregular outline and disc shape of the chromatophores also present. And Ectocarpus, you know that is the fucoxanthins are golden brown color. Fucoxanthins is the pigment. That's why the color is the golden brown color. Other photosynthetic pigments, you know, chlorophyll A, C, already I'll explain in this part. And the next one, cell structure also is there. See, uninucleate structure is there. These are the cell structures. And the next one, coming to the reproduction. Before reproduction, what is type of life cycle in this you can study? Different life cycle is there compared to other algae. Some species Ectocarpus sporophyte. You know what is a sporophyte? Sporophytes and some are gametophytic stage. Sporophytic through asexual reproduction. From gametophyte, in turn, these gametes through sexual reproduction produce QX position. Here you can observe to the Ectocarpus reproduction takes place by two methods. One is the asexual reproduction. The second one is the sexual reproduction. First one I'll explain to the asexual reproduction. What is the asexual reproduction? You know, spores is the most important. Asexual reproduction takes place by means of biflagellate zoospores. Ada June here, zoospores. Biflagellate zoospores, which are produced in two kinds of sporangia. What is that? Namely, one is the unilacular sporangia, and the second one is pluri or multilacular sporangia. Both sporangia. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoosporangia. But in this sporangia, to provide divisions two parts. One is the unilacular sporangia. The second one is the multilacular or plurilacular sporangia. The terminal and here unilacular. Next one is the unilacular sporangia are formed on diploid plants. Listen careful. Unilacular sporangia formed on diploid plants. The terminal cell of bractlet increase in size to take on globous or ellipsoidal form. The diploid nucleus and nucleus of unilacular sporangia undergoes meiosis to form to the, see this one I'll explain, undergoes meiosis to form to the 4 haploid nuclei, which further divisions is the mitotic division. These 4 haploid diploid nucleus further mitotic division to produce to the 3264 daughter nuclei. What are that one? These daughter nuclei, then cytoplasmic cleavages are there. Each and every 3264 biflagellate haploid, see, biflagellate haploid meiojuspores or gonojuspores are to produce. Each and every 3264 haploid meiojuspores or gonojuspores are formed. These are liberated through the opening present tip of the unilacular and sporangia. Each and every two develops to gametophytic stage. This is the unilacular sporangia. See, unilacular sporangia, how to develop this picture. The final to form like this. Next one, second one, plurilacular sporangia. Plurilacular, these are elongated. Plurilacular, elongated, cone-like structures born single on diploid or asexual plant. Plurilacular, where you can observe asexual plant or diploid plant. They are present at the end of the lateral branches. From each laculi, one zoospore is to form. See how to form. Here many box-like structures are there. No? These are called the each and every box is a zoospore. At the meiosis does not occur in this one. Very careful. Here meiosis is totally absent. That's where these plurilacular sporangia, all zoospores produce remain diploid state only. Why? Meiosis is absent. That's why to produce the diploid stage of the sporangias. When they liberate, undergo resting period. After that one gives rise to form a new sporophytic plant, that is a 2x stage. Coming to the sexual reproduction. What is the sexual reproduction in this one? See here, each and every sexual reproduction, 1 second. This one is a sexual part. In Ectocarpus, majority of the species, isogamous type of sexual reproduction. What type of sexual? Isogamy. Is and homothallic of sexual reproduction. But very most important species, Ectocarpus pulsilus and Ectocarpus globipar, Ectocarpus silicus, these are monoecious. Here in this species, this species, I will take any one of Ectocarpus silicus, which is monoecious. Zoogametes are physiologically anisogamy. Here, sexual reproduction, what type of sexual reproduction you can observe? Physiologically anisogamous of sexual reproduction. This plant produced two kinds of gametangia or gametes. They are megagametangia as large loculi and large gamete. The second one is the microgametangia Here, very small lobed structure. Two gametes to form. One is the large, is the mega gametangium. Smaller one is the micro gametangium. Here, another very important point in this one. Morphologically, anisogamy is this one. Physiologically, anisogamy is the both are the different size are there, mega and micro. Here, another very important characters is there. 1 second, I'll show that one. See in this one. Here, in this part, male and female in the number of male gametes. Here, many number of male. This is the female gamete. In the middle part, you can observe female gamete, and here surrounding many member of male gametes are there. The here number of male gametes clustered around a single female gamete. This formation is called clump formation. Very most important to ask the many times to question. Which algae, which reproduction time, you can observe the clump formation. What is the definition of clump? Only one female gamete is there. To cluster the all many male gametes to cluster, but only one male gamete fuse with the female gamete and form to the zygote. This type of isogamy is called physiologically anisogamy. This is the clump formation. You have to ask the main important clump formation. Keep in your mind, that is the most important. After germination of zygote to directly gives rise to new asexual sporophytic plant 2x without undergo meiosis division and to form to the, this is the shows oogamous type of reproduction. Mostly Ectocarpus species, different reason exhibit, some are plurilacular characters, some are unilacular characters. The total final of Ectocarpus, the generation is the alternation generation. Life cycle character 2 generation, diploid sporophyte, haploid gametophyte. Both these phases alternate in irregular manner. Since the two alternating plants are morphologically similar, this type of alternation generation is called isomorphic or diploid haplonetic life cycle. Sometimes the zoospore formed in the plurilacular sporangia that are developed sporophytic produced to the diploid plants. Likewise, haploid spores, panthogenesis development is the gametophytic. That's why this is the alternate generation of life cycle. This one is to complete the Ectocarpus type study. See here you can observe plurilacular, how to form this one. Yeah, I'll stop the sir. Today class is completed. Yes, sir. Hello.
Okay, madam. Madam, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam, thank you very much. Remaining topic tomorrow we will discuss.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My dear friends, if you have any doubt, please ask our respected madam. Any doubts?